Singing with Ron. Hello, and in this video I really want to talk about what speech pathology textbooks call the mechanism of breathing. And because I think it's really good to kind of just really understand what muscles are firing when and why. And because just to kind of clear all that stuff up for us. So what I want to start with is just the idea of quiet breathing and the muscles that are involved with quiet breathing. So we have nerves, and nerves fire to our muscles and tell our muscles to engage. And when we inhale, the nerves fire our external intercostals and our diaphragm. And that's just in quiet, gentle breathing. So try that. Just inhale gently. And what most people feel is that their ribs, their intercostals, are being lifted up by the external intercostals, lifted up, and our diaphragm descends a little bit. So that's a gentle inhalation. But when we force inhalation, other muscles start to get involved. Our sternocleidomastoid and our scalenes help to lift everything up even more. So try that breath. So that's a forced inhalation. And that is not really a happy inhalation, but it's the kind of inhalation that you see a lot of people do when they go to sing. They especially beginners, they take in a breath and go like that. And it's just way too much air and too much tension. So what you want to do is breathe in with that gentle, quiet inhalation breath that lifts up a little bit gently. And for a lot of people, it's a feeling across your mid-back, kind of right below where your bra strap would be, and into your side ribs. And then you feel your diaphragm drop a little bit. So now the muscles of exhalation during a quiet breath are none. There are no muscles firing during exhalation because of the elastic properties of your chest wall and of your lungs and of your diaphragm. Everything just goes, breathe in, and relaxes on the way out. But what happens when you go to sing or you go to speak? So if you put a hand on your chest and put one on your belly, and you take in that quiet breath, and you breathe out, you feel everything just kind of deflate. But there's a really important thing that happens when we go to speak. And in the speech pathology textbooks, they talk about it as a checking action, that you're checking your chest wall, in a sense like checking it at the door. You're hanging it and just letting it stay there and not deflate. So I want you, the best way to kind of experience this checking action is to breathe in gently and then count. Let's count to 4 the first time, and do this with me. Do this, fairly loud and a little bit higher up in your speaking voice. So for guys, right around here. For ladies, it's up around a middle C. So breathe in. 1, 2, 3, 4. Good. So what did you feel happening with your hand? Try it again, and let's count to 6 this time. Breathe in and just be aware. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Did you feel how your body just kind of stops, right? And checks, so that you're not letting out all the air, because that's not good for singing. So do it again. Just breathe in enough to count to 10 this time. Breathe in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And what I felt that time was that my chest stayed checked. It didn't really deflate, maybe like a little bit, and my belly came in. slowly as I exhaled. And so the muscles of exhalation, of a forced exhalation, are the muscles of your abs. So put again your hand on your chest and a hand on your belly, breathe in, and now pretend you're going to blow out a candle. And what that does is it increases the pressure in your abdomen. And it also, the other muscles of forced exhalation are also the internal intercostals, and they pull down on your chest. So your chest pulls down and your belly goes in and you blow out the candle. So what I'm saying, I think, is happening when we exhale for singing is that we're not engaging the internal intercostals that kind of pull down on your chest, but we're engaging just gently our abs. So these include our external obliques and internal obliques. One set of obliques helps you do this, and one set of obliques helps you do this. And then you've got, to a lesser degree, your rectus abdominis, and it's the one that runs straight up and down from your sternum down to your pelvic area, and that's the one that helps you to do crunches. But we don't want that one to get involved too much. And then we also have one that runs like a girdle all the way around, and that's your transversus abdominis. And it gets involved a little bit too. So all of them get involved together to slowly and give you support or core. If you think about it, when people talk about support, they're talking about the muscles of your core, which are your abdominal muscles, which also help you to breathe out. And add a little bit of that checking action. When I find myself in times of trouble, Mother Mary comes to me. I feel like everything is just checking and staying in that spot. If I went, when I find myself in times of trouble, I'm pushing way too much air. Mother Mary, and then everything just feels kind of gross here, right? But that little bit of checking action with that gentle coming in of your belly. When I find myself in times of trouble, Mother Mary comes to me. So work with that idea for a while, for a couple of days, of just taking in a gentle breath and then breathe, counting slowly to 6, then to 8, to 10, to 12, and go, oh, I don't need a lot of air, and I can sing and speak for a really, really long time. So I hope you found this explanation of the muscles that are involved in breathing, that you need to, the muscles that you need to be using, but also the muscles you don't need to be using. Specifically, those muscles that lift up the chest, your sternocleidomastoid and your scalenes, and then for inhalation, and then for exhalation, the internal intercostals that really pull down on your chest. And then try to get in touch with that feeling, that checking action, where you just check your chest at the door and you are able to count for a really long time. So, thank you. Please subscribe, and below also you can check the like button and all those things, and comment away if you've got any questions. Thank you.